those days, can't find my Aries t-shirt, so you've got my horoscope says so, and you've got butternut squash for comedy value, because I knew that you'd appreciate it in the background. So there you go, there's my butternut squash. I don't know, there's something about butternut squashes, isn't there, that is inherently funny. Anyway, 3 Lenormand cards also just dropped out of the box for you when I was getting your reading ready. This is for the next whenever you want, 3 weeks, whatever it is, whenever you get it, okay? Now, these are interesting. So, we get the bear, which is interesting as well because we've got these salmon leaping in the background. So make a note of those salmon. Got little baby bears as well. Love me a bear. The snake. Note, Aries, low-hanging fruit. Always be wary of low-hanging fruit. And you also get the fish. So notice that all 3 of these just dropped out into the box, and they're all, and I am really bad at categorising, this is a mammal, I think you'll find, actually, this is a reptilian, whatnot thingamajig. I don't know what they are, but they're all kind of animals, okay? Now, the bear is very much, and my God, you've got Saturn moved into your sign. Everything's going on for Aries at the moment. And I know that normally you're quite a kind of fighty, scrappy, first sign out of the gate, you know, let's go type sign. Even if you're quiet, you've got those reserves of energy. Even for you, with the good reserves of energy, expect those reserves to be split in different directions. Okay, I've got allergies today. Anything can happen. That's why I'm doing Peter Crouch's robot. Right, the snake and the low-hanging fruit. Watch out for that. We're going to have a little diggeroony about that, because if ever a snake comes up in a reading, there is power. And I do get that, there is power, but there is also possession. And there is also some sense of sometimes, you know, a snake in the grass, someone being around. But also this is abundance, and you kind of expanding and getting somewhere and netting something. And the bear, of course, you know, the salmon is the salmon and the bear is the bear. It sounds like a fable. Let's take a few cards. Going to do the old, what is this called? It will come back to me. Having one of those days. Mercury retrograde while I'm making these videos. Ooh, hello. Hello. Woohoo. Chicka chicka. Oops. Oh God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Woof! There it is. That is so freaking weird. So I'm using whatever this one's called. Oh my God. Oh, you can trust me, Aries. Anyone who can't remember anything, I trust them. Lightseer's Tarot. Soon as I saw that, I was thinking, where is that glittery devil? And here he is. But first of all, right, let's put the glittery devil notwithstanding and put to one side. Let's get on with the lovers. You get the lovers, the lovers. I love this card. I love this deck. I don't use it often enough, and you are the only sign I've used it for this month, so it must mean something. King of Swords. Oof, a difficult dog to keep on the porch. And the freaking Ace of Lovely Cups. Woof. That is very nice. But I can see here, there's a lot going on. We will look at love and relationships in the second half of this reading. But I think we're kind of looking at them already as well. So this could be your relationships with co-workers, friends. You are definitely going to be cleaning house because you've got Saturn moved into your sign. And I can tell you now, because it came out of my sign, Pisces, you're welcome. Goodbye, Saturn. Whoa, whoa, now go. Walk out the door. You know what the next line is, okay? Seriously, though, it is a journey. and I hate the word journey, having Saturn in your sign. There are all sorts of have to, must do, ought to, getting it right, cleaning house, being accountable to yourself, getting rid of flaky relationships with friends that are not really friends, and lovers that are just not cutting it anymore, or people who are not part of your real story, you know, your real kind of underlying story. So we get the lovers, and the lovers is always to do with a choice. And you already have a bear, a snake, and the fish. The bear is protection, and it's you when you're at your most Aries. You know, when you are all out to protect you and your tribe. Okay, so I'm glad that's there. The snake can be someone infiltrating, but low-hanging fruit means there's temptation. Just ask Adam and Eve, they'll tell you all about it. And the fish means there's a lot at stake that you can get, and I like that. And fish has a slightly kind of Pisces thing about it, abundance and love and unlimited things. So there's a lot on offer for you, but by God, have you got to jump through the right hoops to get it? Because Saturn is like that. Who did I describe it to? I described it to another sign that I, of course, can't remember. Fairy tale and the spreadsheet mixed together. That's what Saturn does. But we've got the Ace of Cups. Zippity-doo-dah. Never going to kick it out of bed for eating what's-its. Ace of Cups, most importantly, starts as self-love. So just remember that. Aries, just my humble opinion, for all of the fighting talk, are not good at self-love. It's not that you're not good at it. Sorry, I'm going to retract that. That is retracted. I said what I said, but it's retracted. But you struggle with it. And we've talked about this over the last few months. It's like self-love is awkward for Aries. I don't know why. I just know because of my Aries best friend that lives down the road down there. And of course, my boy is an Aries. Yeah. So I know that it's self-love is like an awkward shoe that doesn't quite fit you. Over the next, and it's probably 2.5 years that you've got Saturn. Believe me, I don't know that for a fact, so please look it up. But it's normally around that. But it sometimes comes and goes for a bit as well. And you're like, look at that's gone. And then it's like, I'm back. Yeah, I know. But let's say 2.5 years-ish. You got it for a while. What's going to happen is you're going to learn how to love yourself. Sorry about that. I don't know why, but I feel sorry because I know it's so irritating for Aries. Right, let's look at whatever else oh my God, we got a lot. I think we're going in for love, the whole lot, okay? Because there's no separation. So, stuff it. Gosh, you got some great cards though, to be honest. Although that glittery devil. Oof. Okay. You have a complete mixture here of action, reaction, and non-action, which is very frustrating for an Aries, because Aries does not mess about. You know, Pisces, we mess about till the fish come home. It's just like, maybe not. Who knows? Aries is like, yes, I will. No, I won't. That's it. That's Aries. Now, you're going to come and play in the grey area in the next few weeks, months, even couple of years, okay? You're coming into the grey area because, look, and this is in all things, and it's an awkward space to be held in. Hanged Man and the Emperor, which is Aries. Nicest Hanged Man, not the complete nicest one, because the Herbal Tarot, I think, has the nicest one, but it's up there with the ones I like the most, okay? Now, I think the reason the Hanged Man in this picture is this jadey green colour is because Neptune is associated with the Hanged Man. Neptune is not really associated with Aries, it's associated with Pisces. Some of you may be on the cusp because I'm getting so much Pisces stuff, but also I'm making this video in Pisces season and Mercury's retrograde in Pisces, so, and I am a Pisces, so whatever. Now, look, this is you and that is you. You're ready to rumble. But the universe at times, and you will know because you will feel it and it will piss you off, will be stopping you from moving forward with something. It could be a relationship. We've got the King of Swords here and I'm wondering about that. King of Swords is a difficult dog to keep on the porch. If it is about a relationship, it can be about communication lines that are a bit broken, or somebody that really keeps themselves to themselves, like they're the international person of mystery, you know, that kind of thing. And you know, for Aries, oof, often that sort of shit doesn't really work on Aries until it does. So only you know if you're in that camp. So as well as being held back from certain things, which could be that you wanted to start a business, it could be you wanted to leave your job, it could be, and of course we've got the Lovers at the beginning, so there's so many major life choices when you have the Lovers, but they're not now, they're kind of like down the line. Aries doesn't really like down the line. It's like, let's just do it now. What the hell's the point of all of this crap in between? Why do we have to do that shit? Had this parenting the boy. Tried to do the naughty step thing when he was about 3. And he's like, why? Why? Maybe he was 4 because he was very articulate. He was like, well, you tell me to sit on the step. I'll sit on the step for 2 minutes and then you're going to let me back in. So why do we do that at all? Why? And you know what? I didn't anymore. I thought, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. And very often, Aries, you put forward a very good argument. People can't argue with you. So you're going to have a good argument as to why things, whether they're work, life, love, whatever, should happen quicker than they're happening. And that's all very well and good, but it doesn't really matter. I know. If you can lean into the pauses, and you've also got the 5 of Pentacles, which is about, it's kind of like being alone on this journey, you know, that you are the one treading the path. Nobody else is really treading it with you. Okay? Even if it's a relationship, you're still an individual on this path. Now, okay, let's look at some of these other cards because they all just fell out, as the actress said to the bishop. Steamy romance, if you want one, you could have one, okay? I'll tell you why. We've also got this King of Wands, and it's just super hot. And it's not just that we've got the King of Wands, we got this guy too. Double chicka. So, okay. Temptation, because the devil's always got this hand out. And of course, there's these two. There's somebody on a string here. Yeah. Right. This won't be for all of you, but for some of you. Who is this person? This person who in some way has some real estate in your head, okay? And I don't know why. I mean, I do sort of know why. Because, you know, that's a hot load of cards, isn't it? I mean, for the love of God, we've got the Lovers, we've got the Glittery Man, and I don't know if I told you that he came up once in so many readings that my iPhone recognised him as a bloody person on my, you know, when it does your photos. Memories of 2025. Most of mine are tarot characters. I was like, you complete sad people you may know. But kind of. Anyway, look, it's a smoking hot group of cards that you've got. So if You may be in the middle of something quite Dr. McSteamy at the moment. There may be someone on the cards for that if you're looking for a kind of fling. Yes, absolutely, that's on the cards. So if that's what you want, get yourself out there and find one in whichever way that you do that. And I'm just thinking, I don't think Aries is that into internet dating, because I'm just thinking of the ones I know and they're not. So, however, you know, if you're looking for love and you want some fun and some passion and some excitement, yes, get out there and find it. Get up and on it, okay? Those of you that are in a connection, and there is a group of you that are in a connection with somebody who is difficult to know, oh God, and we've got judgment as well. Just be careful with this, because if you feel like you're slightly on a hook, just because I've got that snake card with the hanging fruit, which is temptation. I've got the devil, which is holding the hand out, which is temptation. I've got judgment, which is back to the future. This is a pattern, you know, that we've had before. It can be an on-off thing. It can be any manner of things in that department. I just want you to know that you're going to need to get clarity on this connection, and it's not going to be very easy to know whether you need to bother with going forward with it or whether you need to get the F out of Dodge or not, because you also got the 7 of Cups, which means there's some kind of fog around it. Now, for some of you, this might be more like a job or a business, you know, that you're tempted to leave, or you're tempted by a contract, or you're tempted by something. Just be careful with any of it, whether it's romance, whether it's job. The devil's in the detail, which is not an Aries thing. Dot your I's, cross your T's, read the small print. In everything, relationships, work, the entire lot. Okay? We have the 9 of Swords, which is it's not a card I really associate with Aries, but also the 2 of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn, which is like you've got ideas swirling around in your head. You've got kind of value judgments. Is this right? Is this wrong? Is it the truth? Is it a lie? So many things going around in your head at the same time. That 1, I would take physical rest. 2, I would take time to yourself with that Ace of Cups and practice any kind of self-love that you can. If it's watching Gilmore Girls with a box of chocolates, that's still self-love, and I'll die on that hill, okay? If you want to, you know, have a kale smoothie and do 10,000 steps, that's self-love. It's all good, but do some, okay? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Take it slow, don't be rushed. This is the decisions that you're making at the moment. The only other card I have is that, which is definitely just telling you to rest. The decisions you're making at the moment are not for right now. They are the decisions for the next couple of years, or even just the next, because having Saturn in your sign isn't just the next couple of years. It affects the next phase of your life. And then you have the Sun card. I was saving that because it's so bloody nice. A lot of this is going to energize you. A lot of this is going to bring you back to who you should be. You know, who you were when you were 10, who you were when you were just simply you, like rocking it like an Aries does, that bear, the way that you have that protective nature, the way you go out and get it, you know? You're coming back to that. You're getting strength back, but it's not simple. And we also have the 6 of Swords. Some of you need to make a decision whether to twist or stick, whether something is worth working out and pursuing or not, particularly I think in your love life. In the extended love reading, which I will be doing, I look at you and them side by side. So if you're in that camp of people where you feel you don't know what's going on with a certain person or in your love life, hello girl, that will be for you. The link is in the description box below. going to be a big one, but I love it for you, actually. I feel you're coming back to yourself, and thank God for that. See you on the other side, Aries. Namaste.